Hello guys and welcome to my art studio. I thought today I would just show you my new studio. I got a new room with lots of light in it, so I'm really happy. We are renovating our the first floor in our house, and I just got this really nice room now, and it got some new floors and everything, so I'm really happy. I would also like to say that I'm sorry that I've not been here so much. My mother got very ill last year. She actually passed away in October, late October. And now my father is really very ill. So I make videos when I can find the time for it because it's actually quite time consuming. But yeah, that's just the way it is sometimes. But hopefully you can find something on this channel that you like to see and learn from. I got lots of tutorials here, so yeah. But let me just show you the studio. I will just turn the camera around and then you can see. So right now I'm standing in front of my raised lowering table. Very fancy word. And I'm looking into the room, and here I have room for my piano so I can practice for church. And here I got some space for my paper cuts and my printer. And I just made a test print on this here. So it's quite nice. It's quite a big room, and here I got space for lots of papers and so on. So I really love this from IKEA. And also a little cabinet with I can put stuff in. All the art supplies. And yeah, as you can see, this is the new floor. I'm so happy about it. And we are getting the same floor all over this first floor. So it's really nice. And then I got room for this, all my books and papers and so on. And yeah, lots of space and drawers for all my stuff. And here I see my table, and you can also see my view. It's really nice to be able to sit and look in the garden when you are painting. I really love that. And let me just show you what's going on the table. This is what I want to show you today. And as you can see, I put masking tape on so we get a nice crispy edge. Then I drew some lines with a pencil. To begin with, I drew from the top and down, and then I drew from here to here this way. So, and you can do it uneven like I've done it, or you can do it, you can make hearts and put masking fluid around. It's up to you what kind of pattern you prefer. And then we're going to play with these cute, take watercolors. And I thought this could be a fun way to explore your watercolors. And perhaps you don't have as many watercolors as I do, but you could, test blending colors, mixing colors, and see and use this page to see how it will turn out. I thought for this video that I will test out the green and the blue colors together. But let me just put the camera up so you will have a better look, and then we can get started. Okay, so now we are ready to begin. I found two brushes, a number 8 and a number 4. So, and of course I got some water as well. So I want to explore my colors and see what happens, and what colors look good. And so this is sort of an experiment, and you're exploring your watercolors. I think I'll just begin with this large and then I put the color on, and then I dip in water and drag out the color. This is actually also testing the paper in this new watercolor book, because I've not tried this before. So, and I think I will see what happens if I put in another color, perhaps a green color. So I go to green and just allow this to flow in. And this is also, it's to have fun with watercolor, and you don't have to, create something amazing. Sometimes it can be really a little bit frightening to sit down and paint, because you really want the painting to look good. And so this is to have fun and see what your watercolors can do, and how they blend, and what happens if I drop in a water drop, and and test how strong the color is, and how you can blend it, and so on. So I will continue with the next, and you'll have to excuse my voice. I got a a cold last week, so it's a little bit irritated still. Okay, let's try a different color. Perhaps we could go with a greenish, yellowy greenish color, and see what happens if we put in a light color first and then add some darker color. I forgot some masking fluid. No, I didn't. It was just very invisible here. So, wow, this is actually quite a beautiful color. I love that. And you don't have to put another color in it. It's just, I think I want to explore putting in another color. So I'm going in with this. It's called Malachite, I think. And this is the Curitek Gensai Tambi colors. And it's quite a big set. If you don't have as many colors as I mentioned before, you can just mix your colors and use those. Oh. And then I'll just continue with the next. This is quite a different blue. And this is just to sit and relax and paint and no stress. And you actually learn when you do this. You learn about your watercolors and how they look, and how they react on the paper. So, and then hopefully you will get a nice first side in your watercolor book. And if you don't have a book, you of course just use a paper. Perhaps I will put in another blue in this. It could be an indigo, perhaps. This is quite dark, but just go along the edge with this one. And this is really what I think it's is fun to relax and put colors on the paper, and yeah, no pressure. Perhaps we'll put in a water drop to see what happens. Not a lot on this paper. Yeah. And then I'll pick another color. To begin with, even though I have the masking fluid, I prefer to have some space between the two so that I won't accidentally drip some color in some wet paint somewhere. So I make sure until this is dry that I'm just, yeah, making sure there's some space between them. And I also find actually that this sparks the creativity and the ideas. So if you sort of in a place where you don't know what to paint, it can be a good idea to do an exercise like this to explore. And you know, sometimes the ideas just show up. Yeah. So we will finish this. I will put on some music and you can paint along with me, and then we will see the end result in a little bit. Okay, so now we have finished putting painting in all the empty spaces. And so now we'll just let this dry completely, and then we will remove the masking fluid and, you know, see how it looks when you take all these masking tape and masking fluid off. I'm really excited to see how this turns out. I've actually never done this before. It was just an idea I got. So yeah. And I will give you some suggestions if you want something more to happen on the page of what you can do. But let's just let everything dry completely and then I will return. So now everything is completely dry. And we're going to remove the masking tape and the masking fluid. And I will just gently rub and I can see it's tearing the paper a little bit, this glue. So I'm gonna do it like this. Instead of dragging it off, I'm just using my finger to avoid ruining the paper. Yeah, it's quite important that you rub it off. I can see that. When I'm removing the masking tape, oops, I will use my hairdryer because again I want to prevent the masking tape from tearing off the paper. So I'll just do that. So this is the finished painting. I really love it, and I love how I got to play with my watercolors. And I said I would show you some ideas, and you could totally doodle on top of this with some black ink pens or white ink pens, or even with some gold pens if you prefer. You can decorate with dots and lines and many things and just have fun and be creative. What you could also do is paint a larger painting, for example some flowers. Paint that in with a black ink pen, you know, and then this will be the background. That could be an idea as well. So, but as promised, I will show you another one I made. Yeah,